In 2025, many J-1 No Objection Waivers are getting denied. And in this video, we're going to talk about how we got ours approved, what can be done, and what are some alternative options for you. Why do you need a no objection waiver in the first place? Hi, my name is Kaushik Ranchod. I'm an immigration attorney that's been practicing for over 23 years. One of our firm's main practice areas is J-1 waivers. And in this video, we're going to talk about how did we get it approved and what is happening now. Recently, we filed a J-1 No Objection Waiver. It got approved in October 31st, 2025. So I know many people think you cannot get them approved. It is still possible, but you have to have a very strong argument. Many cases are getting denied. It's no longer the case where you just file an objection statement and it's going to get approved. You have to have a really strong statement of reason explaining why you need to get it approved. A really strong narrative of why the no objection waiver should be approved. Now, the denials are just going along with the basic immigration sentiment that is there with this administration. And the Department of State denying these applications is just in line with this administration's policy of trying to get rid of immigrants in another form or fashion. First of all, why would you apply for a no objection waiver, not another waiver? No objection waiver is a great option if you didn't have US government funding or funding from your home country. It may be possible to get a waiver approved in those situations, but it's very difficult. So normally I recommend looking at other options than applying for a no objection waiver, especially if you have US government funding, because it raises the bar very high. A no objection waiver is where you get a no objection statement from your home country. And if you get a no objection statement from your home country, that is part of the application in demonstrating that you should be able to stay in the United States. That alone used to be very strong evidence, a very strong way to obtain the no objection waiver. Now that's not enough. In addition to that, you need to go above and beyond in your no objection waiver application. So let's look at how we did that in our recent case. Here, our client was from Tanzania, and in this case, they didn't have US government funding and it wasn't funded by his home country government. I like to analyze the strategy of what waiver is best to apply for in the beginning. If the client did have US government funding or funding from their home country government, we would look to the hardship waiver or persecution waiver. If you have hardship to your US citizen spouse or lawful permanent resident spouse, or hardship to your US citizen child or lawful permanent resident child, that is one strategy that we look at. There's also the Conrad 30 waiver for physicians. There's also interested government agency waivers. In our office, we have a focus on exceptional hardship waivers and persecution waivers, and we also file many no objection waivers. If you had a no objection waiver denied, there's two possibilities for you. You could refile the no objection waiver, or you could look at filing a hardship waiver, or you could file both. Just because you get your no objection waiver denied does not mean that you cannot reapply, but if you do, you're going to need to submit a very strong application when you resubmit it. All right, back to our case study here. After successfully completing his program, our client received a full-time employment offer from a US company willing to sponsor him for permanent residency. This opportunity gave him the ability to build a stable and productive future in the United States, while continuing to positively contribute to international collaboration. Now, his J-1 visa came with the 2-year home residency requirement, and because of that, we filed for the no objection waiver. This was necessary so he could proceed with his permanent residency application process without interruption. In our application, we prepared a strong request that clearly outlined the practical realities of his situation. We articulated that the program hadn't been government funded, that he also didn't get funding from his home country, the employment opportunity was time sensitive, and the ability to remain in the United States was essential for his career advancement and his ability to fulfill the obligations of his job offer. We also emphasized that taking this job offer would not harm his home country because he would continue to serve as a positive representative abroad while building long-term professional ties that could benefit both nations. And thanks to a well-prepared application, we got the case approved, so we always have to celebrate when that happens. The approval allowed him to continue his career in the United States and continue his immigration process. I invite you to look at our other videos about no objection waivers and hardship waivers, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.